so great at telling you guys what I hated about my least favorite books, and now I'm just like blah 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 blah. What are words? How do you use them? Hello everyone, my name's Ashley, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take you through my favorite reads of 2017. So I have 5 books to share with you. I say books because I have like a series in here, and also one of the books is not on my bookshelf. I'm going to go from my least most favorite to my most favorite. I will just get straight into it. In 5th position, Lumberjanes, which was created by Noel Stevenson. It's a graphic novel series. I believe the 7th volume is out now, but I only have volumes 1 through 6, and I only read 1 through 4 last year. So volume number 1 is called Friendship to the Max, and I loved this story. These 5 girls are like, they're camp friends, and they go to, I can't even remember the names of the camp. Miss Quinzella Thisquin Peniquical Thistle Crumpets Camp for Hardcore Lady Types. So these 5 girls go there, reminiscent of a Girl Scout camp. Basically these 5 girls get caught up in a whole bunch of like magical things, and their counselor is just like going crazy, like trying to keep them in line, and they just like go on a whole bunch of adventures, and it's like magical realism, and oh my god guys, like this, it was exactly what I needed when I read it. At number 4 we have Jane Steele by Lindsay Faye. Cover is here. I don't have this book because I lent it to my friend Sam after I finished reading it, and I was like, girl, you gotta read this, it's so good, and she hasn't given it back to me yet, and it's nearly been a year. It's her birthday next week, and that's when I gave it to her, so, you know, you're watching this, Sam, I know you are. I'm watching you. Anyway, Jane Steele is sort of like a Jane Eyre retelling, and it's set, I'm gonna say it's around the time that Jane Eyre actually came out. Like in this story, Jane Eyre is one of Jane Steele's favourite books, and basically Jane is a murderess. I'm hesitant to say serial killer because a serial killer like implies like repeated MO and a type, whereas Jane just murders people that are terrible people. So Jane starts out her life a lot like Jane Eyre does, in that she's orphaned, she's sent to live with an aunt or a relative who like despises her, and then she's sent to a boarding school, and then she becomes a governess. And in between she's basically just murdering people that do terrible things and being completely unapologetic for it, and I was there for it. Jane, I think really grows as a character. At first she murders on impulse, but then as like she gets older and she understands more of the world, she actually like thinks about what she's doing, thinks about the implications of what she's gonna do, which is a weird way to say that a character grows, but she does it. When Jane becomes a governess, she learns a lot about other cultures, specifically about the Sikh religion, and that was a religion that I didn't know a lot about before I read this book, and then I like learned a lot about it, and it was well researched, and I went and did my own research as well, and like I liked that a fiction book set like 300 years ago about a murderess could teach me so much about this religion. So definitely like pick this one up if you're into that sort of like crazy plot thing that I tried to explain. There are a bunch of eloquent YouTubers who could probably like explain the plot of this book better than me. At number 3 we have The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, and I adored this. I think like when I got back from camp last year, I sort of like went onto YouTube for a little bit. I was like, let's just see what people are talking about, because I hadn't really like been part of the community for like 6 months, but 8 months by that point. Wow. And someone was talking about this, and I was like, you know what, I actually think I have to give that one a go. This is about Monty. Monty is a bisexual man living in like the 1700s, and he's in love with his best friend Percy, who is biracial or just black. I'm not quite sure, someone correct me on that. And basically like they go on a tour of the continent, which is like the continent of Europe, before Percy goes away to university and Monty becomes like Earl or Lord or whatever, something to do with his rich upper class family. And they also take Monty's little sister Felicity. I actually listened to this one on an audiobook, and the narration was just so fantastic. But in general this book had a lot of great characters. The plot, it wasn't unpredictable, but it wasn't like say cliche or anything. But this one, like I went into it not knowing if I would enjoy it, and like I really enjoyed it, guys. There's a sequel to this book coming out this year, I think, which is the A Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. In number 2 for 2017, I have Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. Basically, Beauty Queens is a satirical novel about a group of like teen beauty pageant contestants who like crash land on a deserted island. There was a lot of like hullabaloo last year about like Lord of the Flies having an all-female remake, and if that happened, this is what it should be, because this was everything I would ever want in a female Lord of the Flies. There are so many like rich, diverse ladies in this book, and I was like super down for it. And it just like, it takes all like your like typical beauty queen contestants and like turns them on their head. And then there's a whole plot involving like reality TV show pirate, like an evil corporation. Every now and then in the book there is like an ad break, so it reads like a TV show, which was fantastic, and I couldn't give this book enough praise. I just loved it so much, and I think I annoyed literally everybody when I was telling them to read it. It's so great, and you should go read it. And my favorite book of 2017 is Before the Devil Breaks You. This one's also by Libba Bray, but this is the third book in the Diviner series. Not going to go too much into the plot for this one, but the Diviner series in general is about this group of like teenagers in the 1920s, and they have supernatural powers. So Evie, who is our main character for all intents and purposes, she can read objects and tell you their history. So this book basically like picks off with a mystery from the second book. I went into this book, like when I picked it up, I was gonna make a status saying preparing for the inevitable heartbreak, but then I was like, no, like there's gonna be a fourth book in the series, what could this book possibly have to break my heart? And it broke my heart. I was a mess, and I literally went downstairs and I was like, Mum, you have to download that book and read it straight away, because I need to talk about this with someone. And oh man, this book, like, Libba Bray I think is so great at character development, and for a series like this which is so rich and intense and diverse, the characters just keep getting better. So yeah, I love this series so much, and if you have not read the Diviner series, what the hell is wrong with you? Please get on it. Like, it's just so great, and I just can't wait for the second one in 2 years' time. Why does it have to be so far away? Anyway, those were my top 5 reads of 2017. I'm so excited that I've shared them with you, and that now I can like focus on other things. I would like to hear about your favorite reads of 2017, so leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you like, and I will see you next time. Bye!